Oh, yes.
Right, which leads us to my topic.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. This is going to be a really weird and difficult way to explain it.
Are you going to get your penis out?
Know what it is. I've actually changed it from what I said I was going to talk about earlier because we've kind of already touched on that sort of stuff. But
That was you coming through the wall.
Kapow.
Piston.
Piston-powered penis.
Okay, so you know what the movie Last Action Hero is, right?
Yes.
I watched it a very long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, in that film, there's a kid who has like a magic ticket, and he can go into any film,
Mm-hmm.
and
This definitely sounds like a Rod topic. I like this.
yeah, so he can take a ticket and go into any film, and he can interact with the characters and do whatever he wants in the film.
Yep.
In the movie universe, if you want to call it that. So my question is, if you had that magic ticket, like if I gave you it right now,
Yep.
and I said Pandy or Spaniel, you could go into any movie or any TV show or anything which isn't animated or video games.
I already know what my answer will be.
Why couldn't it be animated? Or did it have to purely be live action?
It has to be live action, yeah.
Okay.
I already know my answer.
And
Would
I
Roger Rabbit count?
don't know. No, I'm gonna say no because it's animated.
Except for Bob Hoskins.
Actually, no. Last Action Heroes got animated stuff.
No. You define the rules. You define the
I'm gonna
rules
say
of how
no.
this
I'm gonna
works.
say no animation because if I say animation, you're going to be like, oh no, I'm gonna go into Anime World and whatever else.
What's wrong with anime?
I would not do that.
Right, that is a topic I'm bringing up one point about your guys' issue with anime, but we're not getting into that now.
So anyway, if you had that ticket and you could go into any TV show or any movie and do whatever you want, what would you do and where would you go and whatever?
My obvious
I
answer
think I could guess Andy's.
would be Star Wars
Yes.
as a Jedi.
How would you become a Jedi?
In the movie, it doesn't matter. You just said if you could go into the movie and do whatever you wanted
Yeah,
to
but
do.
you couldn't just become. Couldn't just go into a movie
You'd
and
be
be
going
like, I'm the
into
Jedi
it
now.
as yourself.
I would be going as myself.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to go in as yourself. Yeah, that's what a movie is. You have a ticket and you go into the movie world or the TV world as yourself, like stepping through a door sort of thing. But instead of stepping through the door,
Oh,
you're stepping
right.
into the
Well,
universe
in that
of the
case, I
world.
probably wouldn't be force sensitive, and I'm probably too overweight to be a Jedi.
Yeah, which is why I said, how would you become a Jedi?
Thanks.
That's the first one. Not the
Yeah,
second one.
sure. Yeah, you're too fat to be a Jedi, Andy.
How could you possibly achieve that?
I'm sure they have fat Jedi.
Thanks. God, you really do know how to offend people.
You're talking
you-
about Rod, right?
It's you
Yeah.
who thought that, not me. Okay, yeah. So what would you do, Pandy?
I'd probably be an X-wing pilot for the Rebel Alliance, because after being a Jedi, I guess being an X-wing fighter pilot would be pretty badass. Because the X-wing is one of my favorite ships in Star Wars. So yeah, I would go and fight the power, or
Right.
as one of my colleagues at work would say, join a terrorist organization and blow up a government building.
I'm fairly sure that you would join the dark side really fast.
Ah,
Join the dark side.
that is a good point.
You're
That is a
not
good
you're
point.
not that strong-willed.
Really?
You would be corrupted easily.
Do you reckon?
They'd be like, "Hi, Andy," and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
So when you say join the dark side, you mean as a Sith, or just be a stormtrooper?
You would just do whatever. You would just bring the coffee to him.
Because I guess being an X-wing pilot would be cool. Being
Part
a-
of me can't help but think, how would you become a pilot? But
Why? Because I'm too fat. How would your X-wing even take off, Andy?
If he walked
no,
in,
because you'd have to go through training. And obviously, you've got
No,
bad
but
eyesight, which
if-
means that you couldn't become a pilot.
They have droids that help them target.
no, but if Andy took that ticket, right, and is watching The New Hope,
Uh-huh.
and the point where everyone's off to go attack,
Yep.
Yeah.
and Andy would straight in at that point, they'd probably be like, "Yes, all right, you might as well. You'd probably be expendable. Everyone else is getting shot out of the sky. Have fun."
Yeah, but the thing is, they've just got like normal rebel soldiers who are on the ground who don't have to be a pilot. But I want to be a pilot. I guess I couldn't. But how long do I get to stay in this movie?
As long as you want.
So I could stay in it forever if I wanted to.
Technically, yeah.
because I would be very tempted to sex up Leia.
That's a really good.
Yeah, but
We're gonna start making too many topics to go back to. Honestly,
you couldn't really do that unless you raped her,
Why?
because she's already got a husband or a boyfriend or whatever he is.
No, she does not in A New Hope.
I think we might cut that bit out.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
There's nothing stopping Andy getting into Star Wars and meeting Leia, and
Yeah.
potentially you could build any kind of blossoming relationship.
Yeah, I mean-
it really isn't likely based on the fact you got bad eyesight and you're fat and you suck as a pilot. You can never be a Jedi.
Hi, Leia. Here's all the things I'm not good at. Do you find me attractive yet? Get in that bikini now.
My point was that
What
I
bikini?
don't understand the fascination about Leia. I think
I agree with that.
she is unattractive.
I agree with Dan completely.
What
I
about,
100% agree with him.
I can get the outfit's nice, but she is not nice.
I don't even.
is
think
that
the
because of
outfit's nice.
No, the outfit isn't that nice. No, but
what?
I mean, like,
The slave outfit?
Mm.
You're kidding me. It's ace.
I can get the idea of that, but just
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want it chained round me.
Is the thing
I
with
don't
the
wanna be
outfit
jabbing.
more so the gold bra, or is it more so the gold being chained up, which is kind of what guys like?
That
Some
is
guys like.
a bit kinky.
I don't know.
Some girls like being tied up.
yeah.
Not gonna lie.
So it's not exactly the outfit as such. It's more the fact that she's chained up.
No.
I just don't think she's an attractive woman.
I agree. I don't
If
agree there.
look, she's
I'm not saying she's ugly. But I
No,
mean,
she's
like,
not
I don't,
ugly.
I
No,
don't get that
but
fascination.
this is the
I
thing
She's
though.
not
In
ugly,
in
but
the
she's
original
not
Star
like-
Wars trilogy though, Leia is almost the only woman you really see. I mean, there's Mon Mothma.
Can you honestly say you've watched Star Wars and you've been more attracted to Leia than Han Solo? Because I am more attracted to Han Solo.
Han Solo is pretty.
I would rather see Chewbacca.
Are you
in
more
that outfit.
attracted to Princess Leia than Padme or whatever her name
No,
is?
Padme is pretty hot.
Yeah, Natalie Portman is
Yeah.
a very attractive lady.
She is, but
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the prequel trilogies because obviously I can't be a Jedi, so why would I bother?
You could be friends with Jar Jar Binks.
I think if I was going to go into the prequel trilogy, I would want to be in with Chancellor Palpatine because I know how it's all going to play out.
You are going to screw everyone over.
Oh yes. Oh, you have no idea. I'm going to say to
I like
you.
the fact that you go into this. I'd like to be a Jedi. If not, I'd still fight the good cause. In fact, actually, I'm going to kill everyone.
Well, as Rod said, I can't be a Jedi, so
This is your journey to the dark side. No, Andy. I can be an X-Wing pilot. No, Andy. And then they just see you next to Palpatine and they're like, oh no, it's that guy we've refused for everything he ever wanted. And then you just see Jar Jar Binks and they're like, it's gonna annoy him. And it's just
no, I would, because I'm assuming, right? If I've already seen I've already seen these movies before,
Yeah.
so I know
Mhm.
what's happening.
Yeah.
Because I could technically then go into the movie, go to the Jedi Council and say, look, you're not gonna believe me, but I'm not from this universe. I am from a different one where these are movies and not real life.
Would they know what movies are though?
Well, yeah, they've got.
do they have movies in Star Wars?
Yeah. Well, they've got video cameras and stuff because they film all the Senate proceedings.
They do film the pod racing.
Yeah. So, I could technically go to the Jedi Council, go to Mace Windu, go to Yoda, and say, this is going to sound really crazy, guys, but you're in a lot of trouble and you're going to die. And here's how you're going to die. Jar Jar Binks. He's going to screw you over. He's going to give the Emperor, or the Chancellor, emergency powers. He's going to build a clone army that are programmed with Order 66, which then means that they're going to turn on the Jedi and kill them. Now make me a Jedi.
No, Andy.
Screw you then. You're all gonna die.
I was gonna say I don't even think you could get into that room
Yeah, but no, he could because
unless it is on the screen at the time.
exactly. If you take the last action hero point, he pretty much can jump in whenever he wants to
Yeah,
in the
that's
movie.
true.
So
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you.
Yeah, I
on that.
definitely wouldn't jump in as Order 66 is happening. But that's the thing. If I was to jump in when the rebels are attacking the Death Star, would I just appear in space?
that'd be good, wouldn't it? You just get the timing wrong. That'll be a waste of an opportunity. You can do whatever you want. Yes. No.
Just my lifeless corpse floating through space.
No, Andy.
Oh, he practically is a Death Star. Look how fat that guy is. Look at his super laser.
I'm 99.9% sure what Spaniel's going to say as his answer.
What's yours going to be?
What do you think I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say something like, I'm going to beat the hell out of Peter Parker and take out Spider for myself.
No.
Something like that.
No, this is. I was trying. There's only two things that have sprung to my mind of what I'd pick.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man obviously is probably my.
Yeah, see, I knew it was
No,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is my only consistent, like, lifelong thing that I have loved since I was so young. I don't think I would pick that though,
That's
because
surprising.
I wouldn't want to be Spider-Man, and I can't really meet Spider-Man, and he wouldn't really hang around with me or anything like that.
I thought like you would become Spider-Man, not meet him.
Could
Yeah,
you imagine Dan as Spider-Man?
No, but like the whole
Spider-Dan.
the whole crux of Peter Parker is that everything goes wrong for him. I wouldn't want to be that guy. That's another discussion anyway to get into Spider-Man territory. But I mean, like, I wouldn't jump into that universe because it's not a nice story really what happens to him. I mean, like, my only interaction with Spider-Man would be quite limited, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my option, my answer,
Pride and Prejudice.
no. My answer would be Power Rangers the movie. I would go into that one.
And be a Power Ranger?
I just want to hang out with them. The end, when they're playing Van Halen's Dreams and they're all there and the fireworks are going off, it says thank you Power Rangers. I want that moment. I want to be there. I want to hug Tommy.
That is my phone going off. You see, that would be a good one, because it's like, going back to my choice, I could celebrate with the Ewoks.
And that's a bad thing. And depending on which movie you win, it would always be different.
Or they could try and kill you, but without the golden god thing, they would
C-3PO.
literally kill you.
The Golden God.
C-3PO.
Yeah, so
the
like,
worship
is the
C-3PO
golden
as a god.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, but like, for me, I love Power Rangers more than a lot of
Yeah.
everything else in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie was a huge moment for me. Like, I started to grow up, and obviously my music taste developed into more sort of 80s
Yeah.
hard rock or heavy metal or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, when I first started getting into Van Halen, and I instantly realized that Dreams was in Power Rangers the movie. Like, any song that's from Power Rangers the movie, when I heard it again years later and drew that connection, it still takes me back to that point of being, I don't know, like 7 years old and just crying with joy at the end of that film. And I still do. I still watch it, and it still makes me sort of, I'm tearing up now just trying to talk about it. So if I had the option to be a part of that, I would go be a part of that.
That's interesting how all of Pandy's things were, I'm going to have this to myself, I'm going to have that to myself, and yours is just like, I want to be in a room.
I know, I don't want to be in the room. I want to be outside with the Power Rangers.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like, if I go into a movie or into a movie universe, I want to basically not be me in that universe. I want to be, like, if I'm going to be in Star Wars, I'm not going to lie, I want to be a Jedi. Well, probably a Sith, as we've established, because I'm quite an evil bastard.
So I don't know. I guess I would like the idea of being a Power Ranger, but the Power Rangers, as they are to me, I would prefer to meet them. Well, let's be honest, I don't care about Rocky, but I'd like to meet Tommy.
Yeah.
Which is the good thing about Jason David Frank, is he practically is Tommy Oliver in real life, or Jason David Frank in the series, because he's just as badass in real life as he is as a Power Ranger, because he is the same guy.
So,
as for me, I would either
unless you break his toy.
Why would Tommy have a toy of himself?
Why would he not?
Look, I didn't mean to break it.
You just meant to snap it, was your exact words.
Yeah. Problem officer?
As for me, I would either go into Back to the Future and steal the DeLorean
That's a good idea.
to
But why?
get rich.
Would you bring the
and become like
DeLorean
Biff.
into
Wait,
this
can
world?
you bring things
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
Shit, I'd bring a lightsaber back.
Could that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know if that could
I'm
happen.
pretty sure you could, yeah. because the death guy in the actual movie brings back his
I suppose they do
thing.
jump back through it, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no. In the actual movie, Arnie's character drives his Jeep through.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you could bring the DeLorean back to our time.
Okay, so in that case, I would make sure that I could bring a Power Morpher back into the real world.
Which
And
one?
then I would be a Power Ranger.
Which one would he be?
The White Ranger.
Pink Ranger.
No, I wouldn't want to be the White Ranger. White Ranger's my favourite, but I'd want to work with Tommy, so I guess I'd settle for, like, blue.
Why would you want to be Billy? Nobody wants to. Not even Billy wants to be
I know,
Billy.
but I mean, like...
Be the Red Ranger at least.
I'm not going to be
has a-
cool enough to be...
He can be the Red Ranger.
I'm not.
What about the Black Ranger?
I don't think so.
So the
I would end up being Billy. I'm not a Tommy.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not a
it's
Jason.
like, hey guys, it's
I-
Morphin time.
If I'm ever going to get to be a Power Ranger, I've got to settle for what I can get, and it will be the Blue Ranger. I can live with that.
To be fair though, his outfit is pretty sick. I do like his helmet design with
Yes.
the Triceratops thing. That
Yeah.
is pretty cool. Not as cool as the Green Ranger's like, but that's because the Green Ranger is the best.
Well,
So-
it's not.
But he is.
So anyway, I'd bring the DeLorean back, which would be cool.
Would you bring it back purely for self-gain?
Pretty much.
But that's the thing though, if you brought it back for self-gain, well, would you not go back in time? I know this is going to be a bit of a controversial thing, but would you not go back in time and then try and warn people of all the terrible things that's going to happen so you can avert these disasters, or would you just purely go back for selfish reasons?
Yeah, but
Because if you did that, Rod, I would really, really question your morality.
in all the TV shows and all the movies where you see people doing that, bad stuff happens even though they've done it.
Did you say morality or moronity?
Morality.
Okay.
Because to be honest, it's like if he was like going to bet on a sport in a
Like,
event, I can imagine him like going back in time.
If
and
I gave Rod the ability to screw up things, I believe he would.
so, do you think he would screw it up even further?
Yeah, but there's
Like if you went back to 1911 before the Titanic left Southampton, and you said to them, if you like go across the Atlantic, you are going to hit an iceberg, and this ship is going to sink. And I know this because I'm from the future. You don't have these things called mobile phones in your time.
Or DeLorean.
Or DeLorean. So you have to believe me. I can show you things that you've never seen before in a non-sexual way.
Who's he talking to?
The captain of the ship.
Um,
Possibly. Or just some random person on the street.
Just talking. Oh, there it goes.
in every movie or TV show where somebody's done that, bad things always happen because of it, though.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but what?
Um,
Yeah, but if you think about it, if you could save an entire ship from sinking and
yeah, but what
thousands of people
but
dying.
What if one of the people who died on the Titanic was like the second, like Hitler or something like that?
Or the first.
Or the first.
Can I
actually,
say
yeah. 'Cause before Hitler.
Yeah, I
But you know
wouldn't-
what I'm saying.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
look around with time. I
Yeah.
like how things are now.
The only
There's
reason.
bad stuff happened, but obviously,
Yeah, but if like you could like avert a lot of
The only reason I'd use the DeLorean would be to either visit deceased members of my family or to get rich. I wouldn't mess around with history, no.
So you wouldn't go back to like 1935 and say, hey, this guy called Hitler, he's going to really screw up the world. And lots of people are going to die because of him. You need to take him out now. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but you don't know what would happen if you did.
Yeah, but
Something even worse could happen if you did do that.
but then on the flip side, you might avert World War II entirely.
Yeah, but you could have created
but
a
this is the
whole
thing.
different war.
Yeah, but this is the thing, you don't really know. You're creating an alternate timeline.
I suppose if you've got a DeLorean, you can try it.
But this is the thing though,
True.
because if we're going by Back to the Future standard of time travel, you are not changing the current timeline. It's diverging and creating a parallel timeline
Mhm.
that happens concurrently to ours. So in that world, World War II would have happened, but in our world it would have happened.
Yeah.
So would you not want to avert World War II in that world to see what would have happened?
I would see what would happen, yeah.
Because
but
it's not affecting our timeline. Okay, it's affecting that timeline and alternate Rod.
I'd see what happened, yeah. But I don't think it would necessarily all be good things.
The question is, if you were adamant on trying to stop World War II, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you went back in time to try and correct that, and it went wrong, right? And you went back to the future and you realized it went wrong.
Yeah.
So you had to go back in time again.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Right.
what they do in the second movie.
Yeah, so when you arrive to put back what you'd already done, you
Yeah.
find yourself there.
Mm-hmm.
So as you, if you met yourself and yourself was adamant on fixing World War II and you're like, I need to stop this, would you, or the other way around, would you listen to yourself or do you think you would ignore yourself?
I'd listen to myself.
What would you?
Because Rod gives the best advice.
Yeah, if everyone was from the timeline which I screwed up in the first place, then yeah.
And what if another Rod came back and then you were stuck between two conflicting Rods?
This is why I wouldn't mess around with history, because it always gets messed up like that.
At that point, I would just... What would happen if you killed yourself? Like, you killed the other person. Would you not exist anymore?
Yeah.
Would you?
I don't know.
Would you, though?
It's not worth trying. Although you are obviously going to be the mass murderer of the group.
Why?
Considering that your goal is to go into Star Wars and just murder everyone.
Well, no, it's just because Rod said I can't be a Jedi.
Because your dreams can't be achieved in that universe. You'd rather just destroy the universe.
I can't really see what other universe I'd want to be in, other than Star Wars. It's the one... I mean, maybe Lord of the Rings.
You don't want to be in that.
So, yeah, my first choice would be DeLorean, rescuing. And the second choice would be, you know the TV show, The New Adventures of Lois and Clark?
Yeah.
In that show, there's one episode where some bad guy gets a gun and he shoots Superman, and Superman's powers transfer to somebody else.
Right.
Right, so I'd go into that TV show and shoot Superman and get his powers, and then go invisible with his powers.
So basically, is your idea of going into the movie just to get
Superman's
rich
powers.
and Superman powers?
Pretty much.
Because I looked at it in terms of...
Your
Something
whole
better-
thing to go into it would be to become a Power Ranger.
But it's
it's not much different to what you would do.
No, I didn't go in to be a Power Ranger. I went in it to be part of that
You see,
experience.
but based on that, Rod, I think your eyesight's that terrible, you would miss Superman and shoot an innocent bystander.
You'd shoot Lois Lane.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then he'd get pissed and then he'd go to like evil Superman.
Yeah, probably.
Although to be fair, evil Superman by Rod standards is just fighting yourself and throwing tires around.
That was such a bad movie.
I like that scene.
That is the worst.
It's better than Spider-Man's I'm evil, so I'm going to dance evil in a club.
No, but that's
Look
the...
how evilly
no.
I dance.
That's the thing. The symbiote brings about the worst side of
I
a
gotta
person's
say,
personality.
You think the symbiote means Spider-Man should start going on a killing spree, and it isn't. That it brings out the stuff that he wouldn't ordinarily do.
It's him dancing evil, stupid.
It's not dancing evil. He in his head, he thinks he's like this really awesome guy, even though everyone else is looking like, God, he's a dork.
Yeah.
But he's like, look at me, I'm awesome. Because it's bringing about the worst traits of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
He's bringing out
his
the cocky side.
and his jealousy and his,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's still a stupid scene.
It's
though.
not the symbiote latches onto him and he's like, now I'm evil, Spider-Man, I'm gonna kill everyone. He's like, no, he's just a douche.
I'd much rather see Superman smashing up a bar and then fighting his inner self than see Spider-Man dancing evilly.
I agree that it wasn't the best choice, but I think they were on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather stick to that track than
Yeah.
it go anywhere else.
Then Spider-Man fighting himself and throwing
Yeah.
tires around himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, DeLorean and Superman, that's what I would do. I'd become Superman.
And I would just go to be a part of the Power Rangers movie at the end.
And
I'd just
then
sit next to Tommy, stroke his hair.
I'd obviously be a good guy 'cause since I'm Superman, and you'd be a good guy because you're a Power Ranger, so we'd have to kill Andy because he's a bad guy.
Why do you have to kill me?
You were going to bring about the end of the Star Wars universe. Your goal is to go kill everyone.
No, my goal is just to bring about the Empire a lot quicker.
We should probably kill everyone.
Which would mean that me and Dan would have to kill you to
Why?
stop you.
Why? I'm not doing anyone any harm.
To be fair, if Andy killed off Star Wars, I could live with that.
If you were given Superman's powers, what would you do with them?
I'd probably like do what Superman does.
I don't think he would. I think he'd be doing bad guy stuff.
Right, this is the thing about me. I joke about being a bad guy, but if I ever play a video game where I have the option of being a good guy or a bad guy, I always play a good guy because I feel really, really bad if like I'm horrible to like non-real people. So I can't actually be horrible to real people if I definitely have to be sympathetic to fake people.
I always find it's because playing a good guy is actually more interesting.
I always play as a bad guy.
I don't know.
I also go default good guy.
I always go default bad guy.
Just like in Mass Effect, it's like you don't really go evil, you're just a prick. Like,
I think it's based on who I am, I suppose. I try and like role play as
yeah. But then again, like being a Sith, being able to shoot lightning from your hands, pretty cool.
Do you reckon you would actually get to that level?
No, I'm too fat.
You'd probably just wear black and
You can't become a
Beemo.
Jedi or a Sith because you don't have the Jedi or a Sith thing inside of you to become that.
I don't have a Jedi inside me.
You know what I mean, though, right?
What, the Force?
Yeah.
you need one of those little Yodas, don't you, to jump in your face and it impregnates the egg and yeah.
Oh, is that how it works?
I think so.
And then a Jedi bursts out your chest.
Something like that. With his piston fist.
See, I wouldn't want to go
Or
in.
something else. That'd be a surprise.
I wouldn't want to go into the Aliens universe, though. That'd be a terrible idea. Because I know I would be the first to die.
If Willy
Yeah.
Wonka wasn't such a jerk, it'd be quite cool to go there.
It's called
Willy
Cadbury
Wonka's
World.
not a jerk. It's
He's
the
a
kids that are
jerk.
jerks. He specifically says, "Don't do this shit," and they go, "I'm gonna do this shit."
Yeah, but if you went to Willy Wonka's factory, knocked on the door and said, "Hi, can I come and visit your factory, please?" I bet you'd say no.
Right, if someone came to your house and said, "Hi, can I come to your house?" you would say no.
You can visit Cadbury World.
Yeah, if you
That's
pay.
Yeah. You can't just like randomly walk up to a basically
Because
a
it's
business.
a business, and it's like, I want to come in and run around your factory. No, get out.
It's different being invited on it. It's like, but yeah, no, it's not Willy Wonka's fault that bad shit happens. It's the kids. Okay.
Yeah, but if you go by the Johnny Depp version of the movie,
Oh,
he's
forget
like,
Johnny
"Nah,
Depp. No, he's
I
got
don't
father
care
issues.
about that."
I hate the Johnny Depp version. No, we're not going by that one. Willy Wonka never had father issues with his dentist dad. That was stupid.
Did he in the book?
No, his dad was never mentioned in the book.
Oh.
Willy Wonka
Why was
was-
everyone saying the Johnny Depp version is more closely related to the book then?
If he was mentioned in the book, is he a dentist?
Don't think so.
I've never read
I'm
the book.
pretty sure he was never mentioned in the book.
I didn't read the book.
Basically, Augustus Gloop, he's a fat kid, puts his head in the chocolate river, gets sucked up a pipe. If he wasn't so fucking greedy, sorry, swearing, I know, you probably wouldn't like nearly drown in a chocolate river and be sucked up a pipe. Veruca Salt, spoilt brat, wanted one of the golden geese to get the golden egg. She went on the scales, was deemed a bad egg, so the squirrels went and chucked her in the bin. Again, it's the kids. It's not Willy Wonka. It's not. Okay, the chocolate factory might be dangerous. That's
Yeah.
why he specifically says, "Don't leave the tour group. Stay with the guys, and you'll be fine." So, bad Rod.
I don't
Willy
know.
Wonka's fine.
Going by the Johnny Depp version, he's definitely a jerk.
Yeah.
But yeah, visiting that would be quite cool.
See, I would just pick Power Rangers and Spider-Man. But I
mean-
wouldn't really interact so much with Spider-Man.
I knew you'd want to pick Spider-Man, but I didn't think like your picking Spider-Man would just be to make friends with him. I thought you actually become Spider-Man.
If I was to pick super powers, then that's another discussion, really.
What about going into the RoboCop universe and getting your limbs blown off with a shotgun to become RoboCop?
That seems like a great idea. I bet there's one person in this planet, if not more, that would want to be RoboCop.
Who?
I don't know, but I bet there is.
I think he's pretty badass.
Not if it means you have to get basically killed to become him. You would.
Plus the fact that all of your friends and relatives could never see you again,
yeah.
and you just stood there watching them from a distance. That's a horrible existence.
I'm half robot. I don't care.
I'm sure you would. It's the wrong half that's robot. It's not the mind or the heart.
Yeah.
If you had a
Andy.
robotic heart, then you wouldn't care. Apart from the fact that you want to kill everyone inside of Star Wars, then I guess that means that you've got a
Does
black heart.
RoboCop need to pee?
And we are registered this. And this has been Mr. Point, not MIST. This is episode 3. So if you enjoyed this, then please do let us know. You can find our content over on youtube.com/registered this. You can like our page on facebook.com/registered this and catch up to everything that we're doing on twitter.com/registered this. This is Rod. This is Andy. I'm Dan. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't salute. That's offensive.
Shut up. Saluting's not offensive.
I have to say, I love.
Whoops. Was that you who did that on me?
It was you.